Welcome to Salisbury Sentinel. Today we'll introduce you to some folks in our community you don't often see or hear from. I'm Pat O'Connor.
And I'm Sabrina Somet. Later, we'll tell you about a therapeutic program that uses horse sense to heal. Let's get started. Bringing people together through food and fellowship. That happens every Tuesday here in Salisbury. Reporter Kyle Magnum tells us how the community comes together for farm-to-table feasting.
The Camden Avenue Farmers Market at Asbury Church in Salisbury offers fresh, local produce, homemade goods, and maybe more importantly, a connection to the community. Farmers Market regular Mary McNiff says it's the Tuesday tradition.
The interesting thing is, pretty much every time I come to this market, I run into a friend, which I did today. My next door neighbor is here. She's down there a little bit further. So I always see somebody that I know at the market.
According to the Maryland Department of Agriculture, there are about 120 farmers markets like this one in Maryland. Vendors like Bryce Roberts of Eastern Shore Kettle Corn says using local ingredients helps support local business.
I have to order the kernels because it's a special type of kernels, but I get all the sugar and salt from around here. Pop it myself in a kettle and bring it here.
Farmers Market Coalition says farmers markets are incubators for young female farmers. Peggy Fisher of our Greek market says the location near Salisbury University keeps this farmers market busy.
That tends to be a year-round, not the students, but like administrators and professors, that kind of thing. I would say the family component is probably a little bit more of an uptick, like right now.
At our Greek market, customers were all over the olive oil and fresh cheese and yogurt. But Mary McNiff is here for her go-to item.
This is one of my favorites, the apples at this time of the year, right here.
This Camden Avenue Farmers Market runs year-round every Tuesday afternoon from 2:30 to 5:30 at the Asbury United Methodist Church. In Salisbury, I'm Kyle Mangum reporting.
Horses have helped humans since ancient times. I visited with some folks who use horses to treat mental health issues step by step. The 4 Steps Therapeutic Riding Program puts children and adults with mental disabilities in the saddle to ride horses as therapy. Parent Jamie Lewis says his child, James, looks forward to each session.
We've given him the choice between his baseball and his soccer or horse, and every single time he goes, horse, horse. So it's improved his balance, improved his confidence, improved his ability to listen and follow directions. It's been great.
The International Equestrian Federation says the movement of the horse is therapeutic as it provides gradual sensory, neuromotor, and cognitive input to the patient. Sandy Winters runs 4 Steps in Parsonsburg. She says horse therapy can help people with autism, cerebral palsy, or Down syndrome. She says her volunteer staff make the experience special.
They'll be walking with them or trotting with them or actually in the arena. We have retired kindergarten teachers, and we've got a great group of retired women who we have one that's a hairdresser that comes out for activity. She loves the horses.
Parent Jamie Lewis says once James started, his brother Josiah had to join.
It started with my son, my oldest son, who has special needs, and my youngest son, or my younger son, he has a baby brother, started coming to watch. And of course, watching wasn't enough. He just had to start too. So yeah, the kids absolutely love it.
According to the National Institute of Health, the therapy has been used alongside traditional physical therapy since the 1960s. In Salisbury, I'm Pat O'Connor reporting.
When we return, we'll tell you about a start mixing good food and cultures together. That's coming up.
But first, we honor a Latino student group and a former campus newspaper in these Salisbury University Centennial Minutes. Don't go away.
Celebrating 100 years of institutional success, this is Georgia Foster with the Salisbury University Centennial Minute. The SSC Informer was a student newspaper at Salisbury State College from 1971 to 1973. It followed an earlier newspaper called the Holly Leaf, which started in 1926. By the summer of 1971, the Holly Leaf was struggling to stay afloat. A student named Tom McLaughlin introduced the SSC Informer. The first issue was published in September of that year. The publication covered everything from local to international news, campus events, and more. In 1972 to 73, the SSC Informer was incorporated and separated from the Student Government Association, or SGA. When the organization's agreements with the SGA were not met, the SSC Informer dissolved, and the current campus newspaper, The Flyer, was born. While the SSC Informer ended after only a few years, it had a lasting impact on student news at Salisbury University. This has been a Salisbury University Centennial Minute.
Celebrating 100 years of institutional success, this is Sabrina Somet with the Salisbury University Sentinel Minute. The Organization of Latin American Students, also known as OLAS, is a Latino club at Salisbury University. The club was launched in 2001 by the student Diana Cordova. Although Cordova graduated in 2002, her daughter Angela is now an SU student and an OLAS member. OLAS started with only 2 members, with the idea of providing a safe place for Latin students to have a home away from home and connect with Latin culture. Soon, both Hispanics and non-Hispanics joined the club to speak Spanish and learn more about the Latin culture. The purpose of OLAS is to educate others about the Latino culture in engaging ways such as discussions, films, volunteer opportunities, and other activities, and off campus, through various outreach programs and voluntary community service. This has been at Salisbury University Sentinel Minute. According to the U.S. Census, the Latino population in our area is about 6% of the population. Isabela Muñoz tells us about a Latin-owned business that brings a little Latin flavor to Salisbury.
Lucio Carmona owns and operates Diez de Mayo, a Mexican restaurant market in Salisbury. Carmona says when anyone in the community comes in, he treats them like family. That's the Latino way.
This is a place for people all over the city to come and experience part of the Latin culture we have. Whether it's Americans, Asians, or other Latins who visit, they all find a way to feel closer to the culture.
Maryland Governor Wes Moore recently promised to focus on Hispanic businesses like Carmona's. The Maryland Department of Labor estimates there's about 58,000 Hispanic-owned businesses in Maryland alone. Latin Studies professor Ricardo Vázquez Diaz says stores like these bring a diversity to Salisbury.
And then it's important for our people, for the Latino community, but it's important also for the city as a city, because it's opening the door for intercultural encounters for even the people who are originally from United States to be part of the Latino culture.
Carmona says that sense of community includes lending a helping hand to those in need.
Like doing something in service to the community, since it's the best way to give back a little. Now we are raising money for a Salvadorian family where the mom is struggling with cancer. We take this matter seriously and want to show our support.
The Economic Development Center connects Latino small business owners like Carmona to resources and capital for starting new businesses or expanding stores like Diez de Mayo. In Salisbury, I'm Isabela Muñoz reporting.
That's all the time we have for Salisbury Sentinel. I'm Pat O'Connor. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm Sabrina Somet. We'll see you next time with updates on what's happening in and around Delmarva.